have to kill the Moon Maiden's servant. I won't weep for her, but we could have used her as leverage instead. Sometimes we need to think with our heads before our knives, dear.
Oh, I'm getting yelled at by Astarion.
Killing somebody.
Yeah, for killing somebody.
The thing that will decide my fate forevermore. Yes, it's been on my mind.
Sassy.
Why?
Goodness.
Well, of course I've thought about it. If I completed the ritual instead of Cazador, I'd get all that power. And I could walk in the sun without fear I'd turn into a mind flare. Of course, I don't even know if I could complete the ritual. It may be impossible, but it certainly is tempting. Before anything else, I need to know where it's happening. To the public, Cazador is an ordinary noble, a little reclusive perhaps, but just another of the great and the good of Baldur's Gate. He has a grand palace on the hills of the gate, where he hosts the city's high society. I don't know if he performed the ritual there. It feels too public. He'd risk exposure. Mephistopheles is one of the lords of the Nine Hells. Raphael is not going to let any ire be tracked back to him. Perhaps Raphael even will gain from setting us on this course, who can say? All I know is I need to unravel the secrets around Cazador's ritual. And I can only do that in Baldur's Gate.
I got you, boo. I'll protect you.
You wish to consult me? I take no pleasure in his passing. Whatever faults he may have had, Ketheric was a great leader.
Was he, though?
Life was crueler to him than death. It is no great wonder that he found his strength in Merkel. I believe he was an honorable man, but the gods used him as their plaything. First, Shah and her sister, then the three behind the Absolute. I sympathize. A meaningless question. If he had killed us and conquered the Sword Coast, I would envy him. As it is, he lost, and I pity him. But I will never forgive him for handing me to Orin. For that, I hope Merkel hollows out his bones and lets them be dust. I was the Absolute's dagger. I remember every throat that it held me to, and every drop of blood it forced me to spill. I take no responsibility for the lives I took. I did nothing in the Absolute's name. I was merely a weapon that it wielded. The tadpole, the Absolute. They work together like a drug. I did not feel I was compelled to act against my will. I felt ecstatic to serve. Every action seemed a deliberate choice. The best choice. Even though I could no more have resisted its commands than flesh can resist decay. Even rational minds like ours cannot reject such a powerful influence. The Absolute can make the impossible seem inevitable. A true soul came to my city preaching a message of togetherness. accompanied by 2 novices. Menzoberranzan is not fertile ground for such messages. I killed them and hanged their bodies in my garden.
Damn.
I thought so too. This world is full of fools, after all. But in this instance, I was mistaken. Our visitors were not fools. They were bait. Even as the flesh sagged and sloughed away from their eyeless skulls, their audacity infuriated me. I had to know where they came from. And whoever sent them was counting on my curiosity overcoming my caution. Yes. All it took was a simple act of necromancy, and the corpses told me where I needed to strike. Moonrise Towers. No. I was prepared for combat, but I intended to strike subtly. As it turned out,
You're not
to my
doing anything
shame,
subtly wearing that.
I
Yeah,
was
definitely not.
defeated without even drawing my weapon. I came to Moonrise with a retinue of warriors and assassins, the best House Bainray had to offer. I expected a battle, but found a fully laden feast table and a welcome befitting a house matron. Ketherick expected us.
You know, I don't
Expected
blame
me.
her.
And I fell for his flattery.
Food.
A giant table full of food. Oof, I could not resist either.
Perhaps I deserved what came after the welcome as well. Ketherick proposed an alliance between Moonrise and Menzoberranzan. I admit I was captivated by him. He invited me to the head of his table as his guest of honor. I was wary, of course. If I had been in his position, the food would have been poisoned. It was not the food I should have been wary of. It was the pale woman at the foot of the table. Orin the Red. We had barely begun to eat when she spoke for the first time. I only caught one word, my name. Then, quick as lightning, she climbed onto the table, a dagger in each hand, and skipped toward me, slicing the throats out of my men as she passed them.
I can see her doing that.
Few things frighten me. Orin is one of them. Ketherick held me still, his hand on my shoulder, the grip tight enough to crack the bone. When Orin stood before me, she touched the dagger to my eye, drawing out a tear of blood. I want this one, she said. Ketherick nodded his permission, and I was taken below. You've seen the horrors of the colony. Orin kept me there for days. She forced me to watch as my men were processed. Some for food, others as thralls. And then she placed the tadpole in my eye herself. That is certain.
We're gonna have
You
to
know
have
the
her
rest
when
as
we
well
fight
as I do.
Orin, huh?
There were massacres before the Grove.
That's gonna be fun to watch.
Religious communities mostly. Those who refused to convert. Then there was you, and now there is freedom. Soon there will be vengeance. A disparate collection of vagabonds and strays. Did you have anyone particular in mind? He's been deprived of freedom and strong blood for so long that he is addicted to both. While those addictions have their hold on him, he is still a slave. No. He is well aware that I would exsanguinate him entirely if he flashed his fangs at me. And while you live, you'll be enslaved to your appetites and hungers. We all feed on something, and if we are deprived of it, we will fight for it. But Astarion is not only bound to his needs and desires, he is still bound to something more powerful. His master.
For now.
He will only be free when Cazador is dead. And that is as it should be. When the time comes, we must hope that he does not only take Cazador's long life, but the power that has sustained him as well. I have encountered few Githyanki in my life. Those that I did were raiders. They croaked out pleas for mercy in their alien tongue as they died. Meeting Lae'zel makes me wish I knew more of their culture. To one who only sees the surface of things, perhaps. You should look deeper. There is a fanaticism in the Loth swarm that lends itself to chaos. They turn their blades on one another as readily as on outsiders. The Gith have stricter hierarchies and stronger commitment to a single cause. Some, like Lae'zel, question that cause. But even so, she retains the discipline of her training. She is intelligent, strong, and capable as both a leader and a fighter. An impressive woman. It is a shame that she devotes all of her talents and experience to the futile cause of the Harpers. Their devotion to preserving balance is pathetic. Precisely. Preservation and balance are an excuse for inaction and stagnation. There are organizations like the Harpers in every realm and every culture. I despise all of them.
I like how developed her story is.
Yeah, even though you can completely miss her.
Yeah, this is the first time I've ever been hearing her story.
My resplendence honors yours.
My sweet conflicted villain. What can I do for you? Cazador sired 7 spawn. Me and my 6 brothers and sisters. He always insisted we were a family, even when he was carving scars into our flesh. I was one of his first. Some of the others came years later. He was a monster to us all, but did take special pleasure in my pain. He said my screams sounded sweetest. And now that I'm gone, I don't know. I pity the other 6.
All right, ready for rest?
Yep, ready for rest.
The events of the last days weigh heavily upon you. Sleep's rest is slow to come to one whose mind is so full. The Absolute is not a god, but an elder brain controlled by the chosen of the Dead Three. They mean to use it to take control of the Sword Coast. All who carry the tadpole are governed by the brain and by extension the chosen. It will take but one order to transform them into an army of mind flayers. This would have been your fate too, were it not for the astral prison and the mysterious visitor inside of it. With her help, you have uncovered the cult for what it really is. A plan of conquest orchestrated by the gods of death themselves. Together, you have the power to thwart the Dead Three. If you follow this path to its end, the Elder Brain will not answer to the Chosen. It will answer to you. If the Dream Visitor speaks true, then the entire Sword Coast is under threat. It will take a true hero to save it. But is that really you? You, who are a plaything for a Cambion, will you liberate the true souls from their parasites and their religious delusions? Or will you use the power you gain for your own purposes? And what of your father? Will you tear him away from the Elder Brain's clutches, or allow him to suffer? You will not have long to wait. All you need to do now is sleep. But sleep is not for you.
Hear me. Gather. The reckoning is upon us. The city thirsts for domination. March. Join power.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Lo.
We're under attack.
Fight your way to the portal. I need your help.
Portal's there. Oh. I can't. Can I?
What's up?
I can't jump over him. Back me regardless of where I go. I'll just jump. There we go.
Tormentum. Die, you lifted harborer! Come quickly! I can't do this without you.
Nice.
Yeah. Misty Step's nice for that fight.
Agreed. Game? Mind loading me into the queue? Wonder why my either computer or the game is so sluggish today.
I do not know.
I'm here. Help me. I'm under attack.
That should work.
Careful, I lied.
Oh Jesus.
Why, what's up?
I almost jumped right into the fire.
No.
I don't know if
Best be on my way.
Uh-huh.
seriously.
It's not over. Come to the skull.
Around. Ugh.
It's
Oh
not
well,
over.
they got her.
Come to the skull.
Hey, I'm in midair as auto saves.
It's not. I need you now.
We coming, lady. My goodness. Ah, the Orpheus, right?
Yep.
Before you do anything, I am your ally. We are in danger. The Githyanki is the source of our protection against the Absolute. I must subdue him, or everything we've worked towards is lost. Don't let my form deceive you. I am the one that's been protecting you. saved a child from a viper back in the Druid's Grove. You let me live last time you were here. Your continued existence as yourself and not a mind flayer should be all the proof you need. Now, help me.
We're gonna help him, right?
Yeah, we have to, or we die.
Yeah.
The god. Destroy the god. They prevent me from subduing their master. Do it now.
So demanding.
Together, we can turn the tide.
It's not over. Come to the skull.
I love how, like, I was in the middle of jump, so I'm way back on a platform, and you're, like, right next to him.
Oh, jeez. Hurrah!
Rafa?
I missed my big hit. Poor little guys. There's no helping them. They're just Ganon fodder.
Pretty much.
They're meant to die. That's their sole purpose. Poor little things. Hurrah! How did your tiny ass knock down my big fat ass?
Now I gotta use my bonus action to jump.
Makes no sense. It should have brought you over here with us.
Destroy the honor guard.
Nice. Alright. Take control of Assyrian. Come on.